Okay, so I just got back from the gym. And I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I had one meal. It was oatmeal and some eggs. My headphones died in the gym. Every little variable is trying to make me not have a good workout. It's trying to persuade me to get distracted. It's trying to alter my mindset to where I don't have a good workout. And the thing I realized when I started my personal development journey is that's life. Life is nothing but a series of distractions, a series of rough patches that's going to do nothing but try and break you down. It's going to try to tear your mindset apart. It's going to try to alter everything about you so that you don't succeed and so that you don't achieve your goals. And what I started to realize is that life is just a big game. It's a big game. Like any video game, you have a series of levels, you have a series of final bosses and, smaller bosses. That's life. And, you go through the levels and you learn and you adapt and you beat these small bosses and you level up and you get ready for the final bosses of each level. That is life. And going back to today and today's leg workout, like I said, my headphones are dead. I barely have any food in my body. Half of the equipment that I wanted was taken. And yet I left the gym with a great pump, having given 110%, a great leg workout. I'm about to go smash some food to regain all of that. And that's just it, man. Your mindset determines how you prepare for these final bosses and these small bosses and how you level up. If you go into things and you let these little variables alter your mindset and alter the status of which you're willing to give, then you're not going to level up. You're not going to beat these bosses. But if you attack everything and you go into it knowing that shit's going to challenge you, that it's going to make it hard, that nothing is easy and nothing is given to you, then you are already ahead of so many people and you are going to be able to overcome anything, because that's what it is. All it is learning and adapting and facing these challenges head on. Because the moment you turn your back to these challenges and the moment that you let them win, not only have you lost, but you've leveled down. You went from level 30 to level 27 because you are letting the boss take advantage of you. You're letting these variables take advantage of you. For example, if I had gone in there and my headphones are dead and I decided, well, fuck, man, now I'm not going to have a good workout. Or if the machine that I wanted to use, like leg extensions, for example, was all taken and I'm like, well, fuck, man, I guess I'll just leave. Instead of, finding an alternative, I'll just leave. Then I've lost. That's not giving 110%. But did I do that? No, I didn't do that. You know what I did? Leg extensions was taken. So I went into Bulgarian split squats. Because adapting, evolving, learning, all of these are different parts and pieces of how you level up. And it's the same with anything in life. I mean, a real world example is, Apple Maps wants me to take this route to my destination, but I see that it's heavy traffic. What am I going to do? Am I going to go sit in the heavy traffic, or am I going to find another route? Am I going to find another way to get to my destination? Nothing is going to be given to you. I used to spend my life, I used to constantly be somebody who would let these variables alter how much I gave. I would let it affect the percentage of effort that I would give. And that's why I spent so much of my life growing up always below other people. I was never the top dog. I was never the biggest. I was never the fastest. I was never the smartest. And it wasn't because I was born that way. It was because I had a lack of effort. I refused to work harder than other people. And then when I started this personal development journey, I started to understand that not only do none of these other people matter, but the reason everybody was always ahead of me and the reason I was never first wasn't because of genetics or, that I was just stupid or that I just wasn't as smart. It was because other people tried harder. Other people gave more effort. And back then I used to tell myself, well, it's just, they're just more blessed. They just were born this way and I wasn't, and I'm just unlucky. Bullshit. They worked harder and I just didn't want to see that. I didn't want to admit that I wasn't working hard enough and that I was just being lazy. And now I'm in this state of mind where when I'm at the gym and I'm in between sets, all I do is look around. I look around the gym and I try to find somebody working harder than me. That's my goal, is to find somebody working harder than me, because I want to know that I'm the hardest worker in the gym. And if I find somebody working harder than me, what do? I try to outwork them. And it should be like that in anything you do in life. Let's say you're a professional sports player and you're riding the bench. Should you be happy that you're riding the bench? Or should you be looking at all the starters saying, I'm going to outwork them? I want to be a starter. I want to be on the field, not riding the bench. So what do I need to do to get to that point? And the moment that we start attacking life in that sense, rather than being okay with being average, the moment that we start wanting to be above average, wanting to be the best, and we start being willing to give the effort that it takes to get to that point, that's when you're going to start seeing progress. That's when you're going to start moving up the chain. But you will never move up the chain if you're willing and you're okay with being average and being on the bench. Take it from somebody throughout high school. On my high school soccer team, I was on the bench and I was okay, because my team went to state and we were the best team in the state, I was okay with being on the bench because we were the best. What the fuck? If I could go back, I would slap myself in the face and say, why would you be okay with that? Why would you be okay with being a bench warmer? Doesn't matter if you're the best team in the state, because if I'm on the field, that means I'm part of the best 11 players in the state versus a part of the best 24. If I'm scoring the most goals on the team, that means I'm the best striker in the state or the best winger. But instead, I was okay with just being average. I was okay with being on the bench. And I refuse to be like that anymore. I refuse to live my life being satisfied with being average. And if I am not willing to give the effort, then I don't deserve to be successful. And I don't deserve to have my goals met. Because what it takes is being above average. What it takes is giving every little bit of effort and energy you have. And if you're not willing to do that, you're not willing to actually reach your goals. And you're not willing to actually be successful. So take a look at your life right now. Take a look at your goals and ask yourself, am I willing to suffer? Am I willing to give everything it takes in order to reach this goal? And if you're not, you need to think about what you're doing. You need to think about the decisions you're making. And if you are, then keep that shit up. Give it everything you have, because I promise you, you will not achieve your goals if you do not give it everything you've got.